Call the Village of Lake Park, May 6, 2026 budget workshop to order, and I'll lead us in the invocation. Dear Heavenly Father, we humbly bow before you this evening, Lord. Lord, we're thankful for everything you do in our lives, Lord. Lord, we're thankful to be able to sit here tonight with the awesome responsibility to manage the funds and the budget for the next year for the constituents that have elected us and put us in these positions, Lord. I ask you, let us all see each other with grace, Lord, just see it in your eyes, and let whatever decisions come about be those that please you. Lord, I pray for those that need you that don't even know that they need you, Lord. I pray for those that are sick and injured, those that are protecting our country, and those that are protecting us locally, Lord. Just pray all this in Jesus' name and for his sake. Amen. Amen. Right, pledge.
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Public comments, so we will get to work. I'll turn it over to Cheryl for an overview of where we are today, 2026.
Okay. So as of the end of March, we collected 71% of our projected revenues, and we have spent 66% of our budgeted expenditures. So for this upcoming year, we received taxable value estimates from Union County's tax office. And you'll see on the first page on the far right, the real and personal property is the value they gave us was $633,084. And the public service value is $3,095,694, and the motor vehicles was $46,122,114. Now, compared to the prior year, the projected values were $519 million on real and personal. They were a little over the public service value was $3,175,000, and the motor vehicles were $41,718,000, so they went up more than the real and personal property values. So extrapolating that at a collection rate of 99.5% and a current year tax rate of 16%, those are the values that went into the budget projected for 26-27. So we get a total of $918,555 per property tax. And for stormwater fees, we used the same amount as this year. That would anticipate the rate staying the same as this year. The rates are stormwater fees, residential are $150, non-residential 1 acre or less is $645, and more than 1 acre is $1,040. State shared revenues, the league projects every year what they feel the different revenue sources will do, and the alcohol beverage revenue is actually going down. So that's projected at 14,330. Sales and use tax is up, up from projection of 360 to a projection of 371,500. The telecommunications sales tax, that's mainly on things like landlines, which we all know aren't doing well. But it's projected at 765. Electric sales tax is projected at $106,230. Video programming sales tax is projected to go down to $10,500. Pipe natural gas is always it seems to be the most volatile one, it goes up and down. But it's projected to go up a little bit to 19,900. And the solid waste disposal tax is projected at 2930. So the state shared revenues are 526,155, which is just slightly more than this year's budget. Then I'll let Jeremy speak to the park and rec revenues.
Park and rec revenues have been fairly flat over the last few years. Last year, we did increase the season pass pool fees more than it had been increased in the past, and that was to try to project a true revenue, what we thought was gonna come in. The fishing license it's just been flat for years. $1,500 is about where it'll be. So we left that number the same. Facility rental, 7,500 hit just about right the past 2 years, so that number remains the same. Daily swim was down a little bit last year. We don't know if it was weather, don't know. We did start that after 5 pass, which gave half price after 5 p.m. So that may have hit dailies a little bit as well. So we reduced that by $1,000 again, just trying to be more accurate. And then same thing with season pass pool fees. We didn't quite get to 78,000, I don't believe. So we knocked this year's down to 75 with of course hopes of exceeding them, but that's where we ended up.
Okay, and then the PAL bill revenue is based on a combination of population, 75% population and 25% mileage. Our population is probably lower than most other towns or counties or whatever, cities. So that's come down a little bit. Now that's also dependent on what the legislature does. They haven't adopted an amount for that yet, really, but chances are it'll be pretty close to what it was this year. And it's budgeted at 117,100. Interest in PAL bill, I budgeted it at 6,800. Miscellaneous revenues, the engineering services charged out, that's if the townhouses have a review for Eagle Engineering to do. We charge what we paid, but we also charge is it 25% or
$25 per hour.
per hour one? So we do make a little money on that. So if we have that, we budgeted at 500. Zoning permits, we came down a little bit and estimated 1,100. Civil penalties, we haven't had too many parking tickets. So that's budgeted at 100. This year, the sales and use tax reimbursement, remember this year was the year that they changed everything on us. So the money that we'll get next, probably November for this fiscal year, I'm estimating at 3,500. Miscellaneous revenues budgeted at 2,000 and investment revenue budgeted at 22,000. Then appropriated fund balance, I didn't put a number in there, but that's something that you certainly can choose to put some there. But so the total is 1,908,415.
The the investment revenue, the interest, that's just because the interest rate has gone down.
Well, it is, and I'm projected to come down more.
Our balance has also dropped from the COVID
That
money we
too.
spent.
Mhm.
Yeah.
So are there any questions or?
Any questions on him, John?
Okay, expenditures, I put the token $1,000 in contingency. Stormwater dues and permits, 825 has been what they've charged the last couple of years and what we expect them again. And then this total of stormwater expenses equals what we project to receive in stormwater expenses. So I talked to Sheree and we agreed 30,000 for engineering and 175 for maintenance, repair and maintenance. Those can be moved in between those two items. Planning and zoning, we kept 2,500 for consulting fees for benchmark. 500, we put in 500 for training. That's down a little. Okay, for, personal services, that's salaries. I put in the base amounts that we are paying, everyone right now, and I put in, last year, you had put in 2,600 for bonuses, so I put that in. Payroll expenses are the Medicare and Social Security percentage based on the payroll rates. So it's 199,471. Auditing services, I put in 6,200. Now, she may come down a little bit because we don't have all the money from the grant, the ARP money. So, it will make the audit a little slower, a little simpler. So 6,000 may be what we end up with there. I put in 28,000 for legal services. We had some extra things I think that Kim did, and then also didn't we have other attorneys
We
doing
did.
some things? Office expense, I went up a little bit to 10,200. And one of the reasons, I think that account and the park maintenance are the two that seem to get hit the most with sales tax. I did go up a little bit in office expense. Okay, information technology, that came from Joe, 500. Sidewalk repairs, that was Bruce, 15,000. Communications newsletter, that was a combination of 3 items and.
Does that include the internet fee?
That includes the web hosting, the website, and then also the newsletter,
Right,
right?
right, I'm trying to find the sheet.
But the newsletter's a lot less than it used to be. How many, Sheree, how many newsletters do you actually send out to people?
61.
How many?
61.
Oh, that's not good. It's better than
It's
that.
78 cents.
Yeah.
Figure it costs you $1 a page. Cheryl and I came up, we did some. Came up with the,
Not more than 60%.
well, it has increased each month as people are realizing.
Yeah, I got one the other day. I said, cost me.
Oh, here it is, it is right in front of me in the first page. Yeah, for the communications, the website, 4,100, Postway, 2010, and then the newsletter, printing and postage, $750. I made Sheree figure out how much per page it costs to print. And we have the envelopes, we have labels, we have
Envelopes, labels,
Postage.
paper, postage, yeah.
Yeah. And I estimated maybe 60, I ran a little higher than 61, but.
A couple hours.
Cheryl, could we just take the website and web hosting and move that to information technology? Because every time we look at this, I mean, I remember us having this conversation last year, how much does it cost for the newsletter? You know, because we did the same thing last year
We
and
could.
just put that move that over to information technology and stick that one line item.
Yeah, that's generally
Okay.
what it is.
What does that number become from 500 to?
We had 4,100, what was the hosting fee?
2,000.
6,110 for the two. So it's your plus 6110 and minus 6110. So you'll end up with communications will be 750.
I will add in there real quick for everybody, just to know that I'm expecting that $4,100 number to go down quite a bit. That's with using the company that is going to redo the website for the ADA. That's with using their new mass communications, what we call eNotify. I think I found a much better alternative for us. It's a lot cheaper than the $2,500 that's for that. Probably more around $600-700. So we're probably going to be better, but I don't know officially yet. I'm working on that, but we're probably going to save some money off of that. So
6,600 and then 750 are the correct numbers, right?
6610 and 750.
6016.
Advertising, we kept it at 500. We have to advertise for public hearings primarily. Membership and dues. I the combination of what we had this year and what information I could get from, we paid dues to the league, to clerks, they have, I think it's $90.
The clerk, the
And-
lawyer,
I charge his to legal.
okay.
What was the other one?
Where's our insurance coming? That's the lead.
Well, the dues are,
Oh,
5722 is three different. Um, Okay, let's see. Bank charges, 3,200. Elections, we don't have an election this year, so we have a zero there. Insurance bonds, I estimated 15,000. They make the finance officer bond be 10% of the budget. And it, depending on what the total budget is, right now, the bond's at 200,000, but it may have to go up, so maybe a little more. Miscellaneous operating expense, 2,000. Postage, 1,000. Rates have gone up. Tax collection, that's based on what, the county collecting our property taxes, and then the state, and then down to the county collecting our motor vehicle taxes. I kind of took the percent that we paid this year. It kind of depends, especially with motor vehicles, whether people pay by credit card or whatever. It seems to vary what we end up paying. Telephone, I put 6,000, and that was based on extrapolating current year rates. Training, I put in 1,000. I don't know if we'll have that much or not. Our training's 1,000, and then travel is 800. Okay, then we get into Park and Rec.
Flags being increased from 500 to 2,000, just based on we have run out of flags in stock here. And, well, keep all the flags moving well, and we had to quote to replace, to give us a year's worth, it's about $1,900. Janitorial supplies, 250 remain the same. Pool supplies, 2,500 remain the same. 4750 Parks and Rec services materials. Pool management fee is the number that CPM gives us. It's 88.7. Pool operations dropped it down to 7,100. Community center maintenance stayed the same, 10,800. Seasonal decorations, we dropped to 24.5. That's mainly because we don't believe we're going to be able to add any more decorations to the light poles based on what Union Power has told us. We do plan to still increase decor in some manner, maybe more little balls over in the park or something. But whatever we can do, so it's up from previous years, but it's down from last
And
year.
it includes putting them up and taking them down.
That's correct. Yeah, that includes installation and removal and the rental of the bits and all that. Event services is up just a little bit. Contractors price stayed the same. The events, we added a little bit of money to Christmas and a little bit of money to National Night Out, just based on the amount of people that we're seeing at those events. Water and sewer stayed flat at 9,500, natural gas at 1,000. Range Park and Rec services from last year, 177,591 down to 162,700. Maintenance common areas, your landscape is the landscape contract. That's obviously up significantly based on the new contract from 196 to 244,000. Park maintenance is up a little bit, 124,925. We did add a little bit of line item in there for sales tax, as Cheryl said, that it's hitting that. But for the most part, those are just known increases that we're gonna have in the things that we do. Pond maintenance is Bland Landscape, used to be Foster Lake and Pond. That's our 3-year contract price with them for this year, 24,250. Electrical maintenance, Joe was at 10,000. say keep it flat?
Well, you know, I've been thinking about that a lot. And I gave Cheryl that number of 10,000 to stay with what I was before. I did go up a little bit on it last year because I thought I was gonna have to replace all the fixtures at the main entrance. But I was able to rewire those and get those working good, so we don't have to replace those. That's why I was a little bit higher, and I always have a little bit extra. Since we're pinching pennies here a little bit with some of this. I think, thinking in my head, evaluating what we have going on with electrical, I think I can get by with 5,000 this year. So let's just take it down 5,000 and see if we can make it work.
Hey, Joe, can I ask you a question?
Yes, sir.
What's going on with that light pole that was by the Mexican Center? There's a nice cone.
It's being worked on.
Okay.
They had a problem with location, you know, the wire location underneath of it and everything, but that's supposedly there was some bad communication going on there. We're hoping next week that'll be taken care of. Because not only that light's gone, the one next to it doesn't work too because of it, the wire.
But they take care of that.
Yeah.
That's
That's not costing us anything.
Uncommon areas on Matheson Square. Some of the quarter bricks on the planters, whatever, are off now, gone. And some of the brick on some of the corners of the two corners up by Meeting Street, they've kind of spread out a little bit. You know, they need to be kind of pushed back together somehow. But if you want to crush the same way. Yeah. Down towards your house.
Down the crest by him.
Yeah. Like laying out into the sidewalk now, you know.
Those are around some trees in front of
Yeah.
somebody's house.
You're talking the length of the block on
Yeah.
Joshua.
That's their
Yeah,
problem.
yeah. I know what you're talking about. That's not homeowners. You're talking about our corners where they're flat, we need to get with that. It's probably a safety hazard to some degree.
Oh, that's a safety hazard. Yeah, the center plant is like split almost. Yeah.
Okay.
That's out of good. Foot and a half. Yeah.
Okay, we'll get on that. Speaking of that, so repairs of common areas, $2,000, that number stay flat. Total maintenance of common areas, 400,175. Total park and recreation budget request, 567,625. That includes the reduction of electric maintenance.
I'm sorry, how much was that last one?
The total,
Total, yes, sir.
567,625. Mark, anything else from Park and Rec you remember that anything big you remember from Park and Rec in the budget to discuss? Sure.
Okay, public services safety, nuisance abatement, I left in the 1,000 that we put in the current year. Senior nutrition program, we got correspondence from them and they said they didn't need any money this year.
Yes.
And they are covering our people.
Yes.
Yeah, keeping the same amount. Street expense, 3,500. Street expense PAL bill, that balances back to what we're getting as revenues for PAL bills, so it's 123,900. Electric bills, Joe came up with 106,300. Street signs, 12,000. Waste collection, we did have an increase of CPI increase, so that is up to 377,000.
How close did you figure that?
I gave it a little bit of leeway, why?
The reason I'm asking is because I sent you and Jeremy a letter earlier this week that Waste Pro did a fuel adjustment. And granted, it wasn't but like $36
Yeah.
for the month, but if you figure, I mean, right now diesel's, the fuel adjustment kicked in after $4 a gallon. And so I noticed that diesel in a lot of places is like $5 and $5.26. I don't know what they're paying,
The
so.
rate they had was like $4.02, because I was thinking they kicked right in quick there.
Yeah,
So, no, we have enough, we
okay,
should be
so I
fine.
just
I
didn't know
mean,
if you
you
needed a
know, if
little
it
more.
continues to go up and up and up, we may have a problem, but we
Okay,
should be. Law enforcement is based on what the county sent us for deputies. And they sent us a letter and they take the the salary and all the operating costs for the 2 deputies. And they take off 10% and then the 90% they charge to us. So one deputy is $130,785, so two are $261,500. Wait, I'm sorry, I'm looking at last year's number.
I was gonna say, is that right?
Hold on, I got too many pictures. Okay, here we go. So one deputy is $136,835. Two of them is $273,670, but then they added something, they added a sergeant. And the full cost of a sergeant is $175,000, they take off 10%. So it's $157,957, and then for some reason, they charged us 14% of that person's operating cost, which comes out to $22,114. So the total is $295,784.
And I can speak to, the sergeant position, what they have done. So right now, I know at our last council meeting, Lieutenant May spoke, and he is the lieutenant over, all the contract deputies for the 5 towns, take Indian Trail out. So that's Wesley Chapel, Marvin, Weddington, Wingate, and Lake Park. So there's your 5. So Weddington has 5 contract deputies. Wingate has 4, Weddington has 4, Wesley Chapel has 1, and we have 2. And that's how they came up with the percentage, because I couldn't, because I couldn't understand where this 14% was coming in. So I spoke to, and I'm terrible with rank, it's not disrespect, it doesn't register with me, Mr. Underwood. So he's over, the sheriff's office had requested, because what happens is Lieutenant May works a 40-hour week and has supervision over deputies. And then then the deputies that work, because they work basically 2 on, 2 off, and every other weekend, anyway, so you're covered half the time. They don't have enough supervision. So they had requested that Union County, that they budget for another sergeant. And it was very frustrating to the 5 towns that the way we were notified, we were not contacted and said, hey, we're going to add, we're looking to add a supervisor. They just sent us this number. And I reached out to the other town going, hey, you know why what is this and all? And the county, instead of lumping it from the sheriff's side, they did it from contract, the cities. So that's the increase. What that will do is give, and he will be, Lieutenant May is in and out of here pretty regularly. And there's a lot of times people, because he drives a ghost car, you don't realize he's in here. But I have seen him out running radar. I've seen him sitting, a lot of times he's sitting right here at this intersection.
What color is this car?
It's white. But, you see him more than he's in here more than you realize. He also, it's not, I do know, and a lot of times I'll send him an email. If he's off that day, it's the next day unless it's an emergency. And then, I can call him, but that's why that increased. So I did want to at least speak to that.
So May's basically replaced Henry.
No. So it goes Lieutenant May and the 5 municipalities
They're under,
are under him.
right. Mhm.
So All it does is, he is here,
Floating around.
he's floating around. Like the night that I had to have, not the night, but the day that we had to tow our first vehicle off of one of our streets. Headland was here, and then suddenly Lieutenant May showed up because he wanted to make sure there wasn't any issue. So that was not at my request, that was just, he knew it was happening because I had talked to them, you know, to make sure we were dotting the i's and everything, and, so he is around more than we realize.
Right.
I also see him, sometimes you'll see him going out the back.
Yeah.
Sitting back there in Henry Bridge, on, Carroll,
Carol, yeah.
so.
I believe he has other responsibilities too.
Oh, yes,
So he's like
no,
sergeant.
now they've just made,
Oh, he's just that, okay.
he's just contracts.
I talked to Chief Underwood as well, and one of the ways that he also explained this to me was when these two deputies are working in here, when one of the, we typically don't have two on duty, there's one or the other. When the deputy's working and Lieutenant May is off duty, and they need a supervisor to make a decision, which can be due to a call, it can be due to some conflict that they just want to cover themselves in or whatever. They have to reach out to the on-duty supervisor in the county. I forget what zone they call that, but the zone supervisor.
Mhm.
And speak to that person to say, I need some advice on what to do here. That supervisor, unless they have previously worked in one of the small towns, really doesn't know our ordinances, doesn't know much about us, doesn't know kind of council's preferences on how things are handled at the sheriff's department level. Not that we have a huge say in it, but they're like the e-bikes we've discussed, you know. Give them some grace and then do what you gotta do. So this would be a dedicated supervisor who knows the small towns, who has our ordinances in their car, and then that's who they will always reach out to when they need supervision. And will also be, you'll hear say that the only people that can enforce our ordinances are two deputies. While I think that's partially correct, I think any of them can, but they don't want to because they don't know our ordinances. The other deputy that comes from Indian Trails, he's not comfortable writing a ticket for a parking violation that, he doesn't even have a ticket in his truck, but he doesn't know if surely in violation. Whereas this would kind of shore that up. And these people, our deputies in the other towns, would have the same supervisor all the time. So it made sense. And they did say this person would also be floating the towns and working the towns, traffic and everything else, just like we see Lieutenant May doing. And Lieutenant May's not going anywhere. I mean, so it should increase, our police presence to some degree.
It's great that we're actually getting something for our increase.
And,
Over the last few years of increase, it's been just for the same service, so at least we're getting something more.
and they also, both the sergeant and Lieutenant May can and will issue a citation here in the village of Lake Park. So it's not like, you know, we only have designated deputies 12 hours. That being said, we have response 24 hours, but the additional, the knowledge that should really, not that we have a high crime rate, but part of that is because there is visibility. People do know that they're around, and that does make a difference. So I just wanted to share that with you.
Thank you.
Because I want a justification of why. I want a why.
All right, sure.
So, the total expense has come down to $5,000 to $2,013,795. And the number that we're in the red is $105,381.
So being in the red gives us, you have a few options. We by law must balance the budget, correct?
Yes.
So you balance the budget by transfer of fund balance or raising taxes or a combination thereof. Raising taxes, raising fees and things of those natures. One of the things I'd like to talk about in just a second is stormwater. I know that the proposed number is left at 206,605. I know that with what we've dealt with the past few years, there's been some conversation about that number probably needs to increase again this year to some degree. Is there discussion about that?
Our repairs for the storm aren't going down
We did increase the storm water fees this year.
last year.
Last year, I'm talking about
For this budget.
Yeah, this budget, right here, yeah. Right now, it's proposed the same number as last year, so,
I will share, we received a bid this afternoon, late this afternoon, for the 5 projects that y'all approved at the April meeting for us to get the exhibits and the surveys and everything. We received the bid late this afternoon of I'll just round it up, $115,000. And that would address those 5. And then, of course, there would be another $13,000 in stormwater in engineering after the fact for the cammering and the completion thereof of the projects. So that's just to share that number, just to give you a little knowledge.
And that's gonna come out of next year's budget,
Yeah, this is all next year, yeah.
so that's not too bad.
Cheryl, do you?
But that's being paid out of this year's budget.
No, sir,
No.
these are, no, well, we paid the 25,000.
The engineering,
out of the engineering part, out of Powell bill. That was approved, but new numbers, we know that there's 115,000. The actual repair, plus another 13,000 of engineering to complete the next 5. That said, we can either look, and it's not a big deal because we are ahead of the curve at adding another stormwater project, because we know we're working off of a list of more than 35 repairs. So, we could say, okay, we know we've got to have we'd have to have a survey and exhibit. And, what would that next repair cost? And we can certainly add another one. I just wanted to share, just so you would have a feel, because honestly, I wasn't sure, knowing those 5 in our history, where were we?
Jeremy kind of mentioned to me that we were talking about that. I told him it's kind of a relief. It's the first time since I've been on council, I feel like we're kind of ahead of the ball as far as what's going on with stormwater. So I mean, that's a relief, because that's always been a big worry. Not to say that we shouldn't.
No.
We need to get we just need to get more projects in, because I don't want any of these to turn something catastrophic.
Yeah.
That's very possible, so.
And I told Sharice, she shared that number with us this afternoon, that, also know our history, that 115, hopefully it doesn't, but turns into 125 or 30, because there's some unknown something that gets excavated that can't be pre-bid and that nobody knows about. Yeah. So anyway, just to say that also.
I'd just say I'd hate to spend anywhere come close to that, because you don't know if something is going to happen. You should have something.
Right.
One of the things correct me if I'm wrong, I thought we had decided, we kind of loosely said, when we got the 200,000 last year, that was $200,000 to address as many projects as we could off the list. Knowing that, something certainly could come about. If we don't, something will come about, we know that. There'll be something,
There'll be a hole shows up somewhere or something, sure. But, I wouldn't mind a modest increase, maybe say 10%. From 150 to 165 on the house. Stormwater fee. Just not throw that out there. Then take 10% or, roughly on the commercial lots. Who's got the calculator?
Sure.
It's 10% on the 645,
It's
7.
not working, I don't know what's wrong. It wasn't in so long.
Cheryl, is that 206,605, that's derived from these numbers times the units that we know we have, is that right?
The combination of them.
Do we know those numbers?
Sheree, do you know those numbers? I don't.
Not off the top of my head, I mean, I can get those for you.
We'll need to know to be able to plug it
Plug
up here.
it, Yeah,
What I came up with on this is 165 for residential. It came 709, so I'm gonna say 710 for the 1 acre or less. And 1145 for more than 1 acre.
1145, what was for the 1 acre or less, I'm sorry,
710.
710?
645.
And that was just applying the 10%.
10%, yeah. And well, and I made it
I know
a
it's
even
less than
number.
13 properties, but I'll have to,
I mean, it should just come up, if you're doing 10% of each individual, it should be 10% of the
that.
total.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's just a tiny bit more than 10% because the 710 was actually 709 and 1145 is like 1144.30 or
So
something.
10% of 206,675 is $20,600. Plus 206,675 is what?
Okay.
Plus 20,605.
Here, go ahead.
61.
Okay, start off with what number?
206,605,
605 plus
10%.
227, 265.50.
265.
227, 265,
Mhm.
increase stormwater to,
Now we gotta scroll down and apply that, right?
Right, into the budget. That's-
and isn't that up, because isn't stormwater,
We can just put it in the R and M. Over 2661,
what page is that?
page 2.
We need to add the difference. We need to add 20,605, whatever we did to that.
661. 20,661 increase.
20,661 is the actual number?
Yeah, no, that's the increase.
Yeah, so you want that added to
175.
plus 175, 780?
Yes.
Okay, 196, 441. But you're adding that to the expenses.
Yeah, we have to add it to
Oh, okay.
income and then add it to expenses. So that those numbers are the same.
It doesn't help the bottom line, but just.
I just think if we do that and stay with what we're probably gonna have to spend or somewhere around there, that's being more transparent of where the money's going.
Yeah.
Stormwater money's going for stormwater. And we can certainly justify it.
Yeah.
So repairs and maintenance became 196,440 to make it right to 227, 265. I'll send you this. It's off by, it may be off by $1, but you'll figure it out.
Yeah, I had 196, 441.
What did you have as the income?
Total income?
Yeah.
I didn't do it. That should be 20. One 1909076.
I'm sorry. Stormwater income.
Oh, just stormwater. 227, 265?
Yeah.
Or maybe 266?
266 makes your 41 right.
Yeah, right.
Okay.
I thought you said 266.
Thank you. And then we go back down here. The dollar back.
So the expenditures is 227, 266 too.
I'll probably look fast. Alright. Joe, are you making a motion to set the stormwater fees at the rates you said?
Yes.
Joe's made a motion, Mark seconded. Any discussion? All those in favor signify by saying aye. Any opposed? That sets the stormwater rates. Doesn't, as Cheryl said, that doesn't change the bottom line at all. We're still 105,000 in the red.
381, yeah.
1 cent of tax yields 57,297, just as a piece of information. So there again, to balance the budget, we either raise taxes or we transfer some money or a combination thereof. We also we'll go into closed session and just shortly discuss salaries, which will change those numbers a little bit, but enough that it can be figured out once we determine those numbers. Thoughts on balancing the budget?
I think we should talk about that after we get our other numbers. Yeah, we're right, I mean, am I wrong there?
I mean, that's fine, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I agree with that.
Perhaps that's the thing to do that.
Close, talk about those and then come back and say,
Always bouncing back.
what we
Yeah.
need to do to balance it.
Anything else, Cheryl? Before I click out of it?
No, as long as, there's no underlying numbers that you want.
Any other
Yeah,
numbers,
or
Cheryl, see,
questions.
that you see that you want to discuss or change?
I do want to just ask you guys, when you looked at the fee schedule, you still okay with the fees, the proposed fees that we're charging? Because they would, probably not significantly, but they would have a little impact on the budget. So I just kind of wanted to put those out there to you.
We went up on those administrative appeals, didn't
We
we,
did.
last year, just to cover ourselves because of an issue we had there.
Yes.
Sure, you have any input on?
I
The fee
don't,
schedule?
I just, I think, we went up on we've gone up on zoning permits from 25 to 35, and we did the same with commercial in the last 1 to 2 years. So, we typically don't have, I think we're not gonna have, honestly, with where we are, unless we have an administrative appeal, we're pretty much set. The only thing we've not seen, and I don't have a handle on, are these subdivision fees. We've not seen the preliminary plat. We've not done a preliminary plat or the final plat approval on the landings yet. That we have had the current rate that is there, we have had ever since 2013. So that's a question, for y'all as to whether or not you would want to increase that or not.
How many lots? You have like 155 or something like that, is it?
Yeah, like 154.
So when do you think they'll do their preliminary plat this year?
I would think so. I don't know. I thought it would have been last year, honestly, or this fiscal year.
I would say they're close.
They've got to be getting to the point they're gonna have to do something.
Do you know what other towns are? That could be a little revenue there.
I don't know,
Preliminary and final plats, you're usually where you get your money.
but what I can do is, I'll do a little research before we meet next week. And, I can send you guys some information on that. One of the things, we automatically make up a little bit of, the actual cost of the engineering review. We will also pick up, $25 an hour when they do the, when Eagle does the 2 reviews, but, I don't know when that, you know, it's not significant enough that I think it's gonna change the budget. I just didn't know if you wanted to increase that or not.
Just for a quick number, I figured I'd search it just to see.
Mm.
$200 in 2013 is $282 today.
Oh.
Just throw that out there with that.
What does, so this preliminary plat review, what does that entail?
Well, it's gonna be my first, but my understanding is, planning board will review that, well, engineer, Eagle will have to look at it, go through, we make sure that all the electric lines, curb and gutter, storm drain system, everything is put in place. And, they're looking at right-of-ways and, everything.
The conditions, I would assume,
So,
from the conditional permit.
Yeah.
I just Googled it here and AI says,
What does AI tell us?
AI says, preliminary plat fees generally range from 300 to over 1,000. Often structured as a base fee plus a per lot charge, example 700 plus 20 per lot.
So that gets to my question here. So when I'm reading this, I don't know, so I'm asking.
Yeah,
When I'm reading this, they're gonna give you a plat with all their,
with,
everything on it.
Yes.
So it's a $200 fee plus $10 for
per
each
lot, yes.
lot.
$10
Plus the actual,
plus, times 154 houses, 100, we know there's 154,
154?
or 145.
based off of what Cheryl just said and what I found, looked up there and all, if we go 285 plus 15, that's 300.
Yeah,
285, the current value, that, I'd be happy with doing that, just changing the 200 to 285 and then $15 per lot. And then,
I think that's modest.
you wanna go more?
I-
350?
Well, I mean, I'm.
350 and
that's why
20?
I'm asking, what does it entail? Because is
Well, and
that,
then-
That's a lot in preliminary plat, yeah.
and then we're also going to be tacking on the actual cost of the engineering.
That's okay.
Yeah,
It's just a pass through, right, basically.
well, no.
Plus our
$25,
$25.
For handling fee.
$25, yeah.
That's what I call sublet.
So I would think, honestly, $300 or $400. I just don't know. I don't know what Indian Trail, it would
Do you
be.
want me to look up Indian?
Yeah,
Trails?
look at Indian
Yeah.
Trails, and just out of curiosity, I don't know what they charge.
Mhm.
Of course, they do their own engineering in-house, but
Sounds like we might have been lower 200 when we were doing that in 2013.
we looked around and we were at that point in the ballpark, but
Oh,
Whatever it is, we gotta be right, because this is our last chance.
Yeah. what's,
of course, it's a little different with a holly tree or, a subdivision and this one little one. In Indian Trail, it's $2,500 plus $325 per acre.
they don't do individual properties?
That sounds like for the whole subdivision.
Yeah.
Their final plat review is 25 per lot. We've got 200 flat.
So that acreage up there is 17, around 17 times 350 is 5,950. You'd spend $6,000 plus the 2,500 is what you'd pay an Indian Trail to.
I don't think we should go too terribly crazy off of it, because, one thing you gotta look at is, you go too far with it, it starts talking like dirty pool here.
Yeah,
We've got them, and we should get a fair price, but I don't think we should just, jump it up there just to take advantage. They have an idea of what they're gonna be paying on it, and if it's a little more, we can justify it, but if we just double it right off the bat without justifying it.
Can't be over it.
Yeah,
what would you say for final plat?
Let's do, how about, I'll make the motion to go $325 for the review,
Preliminary plat,
preliminary, plus $25 per lot. And then, $325 on the final plat review.
plus your engineering costs.
Plus, yeah, of course, plus actual engineering costs, yes.
And how much for the final plat?
325.
Plus 25.
So,
Well, there's no per lot in the final plat. approval.
so what is, that's the preliminary, so what does the final plat approval consist of? Taking.
We just make sure that they,
Did
go
we-
out
Yeah,
there
they
and walk
said they were
around and
gonna
say
do-
that
yeah.
This is done.
yeah, basically. But that's one of the things, like, one of the things they're gonna have to do is provide, and it states in their permit, they have to provide as-built stormwater to the village. So like, where we paid to have, our system imaged, they will have to provide us, I don't care if they pay Eagle or who they pay, but they'll have to provide us with imagery of their stormwater system.
I would think, Jim, that also preliminary plat, they bring it in here and they lay it down and they missed something or they've done something wrong. Well, that goes back, then they coming back again with that preliminary plat. We're not charging them again.
Right,
We're just saying, all right, but now they've missed something there and it goes back again and it comes back and then they bring it back and it's good. We're gonna give you final approval and it's $325 to get our seal. As would be my assumption.
What happens is, so preliminary plat is just that, it's preliminary before they're in the dirt, they're actually laying the lines and everything. If there's an issue that's unforeseen, then they've got to come, they may have to move, let's say, the wiring for the street light, because they hit rock over there and they just can't get the line laid. So then the final plat is what is actually in the ground. So that's kind of my understanding of what the difference is. I don't know, this is one of my learning curve things.
If I were just a person looking at this and saying, okay, this is what I have to pay.
Mhm.
Okay, and maybe I misunderstood what you said there, but I would think that means we brought a plot in, or a plat review in for, let's just say 10 houses.
Mhm.
Okay, to me, on the current one, that would be $200 plus $100. Not 200 for each house plus, or for each one plus
No, no,
a
no.
lot.
So the plat map is gonna come in
Mhm.
and it will all be laid out, what's going on those 17, 19 acres, whatever it is over there. So every lot size will be reflected on this plat map. And that map will cost them, based upon your motion, $325 plus $25 for every lot
Every lot, okay. Okay,
on
yes.
that piece of paper.
Okay, well, let's make it $300 and $45 per lot.
$300?
Yes,
And $45, okay.
and $45 per lot. Because it seems like each lot is the one that's gonna be the more expensive
Yeah.
part there.
So
And it's 155 yards? How many lots?
It's
I
not,
think it's
154.
154. Is it 154 or 145? I always flip the number.
I thought they were
it's in the 140 something, I think, we got it.
I was gonna say 148.
I thought it was 134, so
148.
I don't know.
I think it's 148. yeah.
Okay. Like when they were doing Lake Park, there were multiple plat maps that were done. In my little pea brain, I'm thinking they're going to come in with one for that entire
I think so, because it's not
area,
big.
because
enough.
it's not,
We've
Yeah.
had subdivisions and it's divided, but it's been a big subdivision.
yeah, it's like your Bonterra or like Lake Park at the beginning, not the,
Yeah, so I think it'd be smarter to go up for each individual.
Okay.
I do too.
There, so. Okay, so I'll make the motion to increase the subdivision fees to the preliminary plat review, $300 plus $45 per lot, and the final plat approval to be $300.
okay.
I'll second that motion.
with, wait, what's that, with engineer, make sure you put in
Okay,
plus your
yes.
actual cost. of
Plus
engineering.
actual cost of engineering review based on established rates in the Village of Lake Park schedule of fees.
Yes.
Joe made a motion for a second. Any further discussion? All those in favor, signify.
Now, Joe earlier said that we shouldn't just go crazy here on our price increase. Because it looks like we're playing gotcha with them. But if you're gonna charge them $45 for 100, I've been using 145.
Mhm.
You're now charging these people over $6,000 when the previous fees would have been about 1,600.
That's about right.
Well, you have to look at it also in the overall scope. Think of a developer, and they're developing however many acres it is. Their costs for, concrete or digging or road are good. They're not gonna notice $4,000.
Yeah,
I'm not saying I necessarily have a problem with it. What I'm saying is, we had a member sit here and say we shouldn't look like we're playing gotcha with this by jacking them up too crazy. And in my mind, with your quadrupling them, then you're.
It is significant, but it goes back 13 years to what the rate was. And
As long as everybody knows the numbers.
I want to
That's what
go to
do.
the point with it where it's, where what'll cover our costs. I mean, we're not looking at making money, which will help cover our costs. And I feel that that's more indicative of it, but I don't want to go to the point where I thought that, like what you were talking about, Indian Trails fee. If we go to that, I thought that would have been exorbitant. This, I just don't think is much of a difference. If their price, if they're going up $35 cost per lot, I just don't think that's that big of a deal for them.
We really haven't had any subdivisions, so
We won't have any more.
we really didn't have a need to really look at it because it just didn't,
Yeah, it wasn't needed, so.
Not that
it
this
was
matters.
irrelevant.
The Indian Trail rate would be 84.50 for over there at 17 acres times 350 plus 2,500. It'd be 84.50. Not that that's relevant to our
I
decision.
just wanted to make sure everybody knew what dollars we were talking about. That's what I do with the dollars.
Okay, so with all that being said, you said 325 for the final inspection, right?
300.
300 for the final
For the final
inspection.
inspection.
Is 300? Is that adequate? Like I said, I'm just covering that. I'm just thinking about covering ourselves. I don't know the answer to the question. That's why I'm asking. Is 300, or should that just double to 400?
Final plat review in Indian Trail is just $275 plus 25 per lot.
Or just a single fee.
275.
Plus 25 per lot.
So it's 300 for one lot, 25, 325, 25, 25. So
Yeah, but we're just saying. flat
it's
fee.
300 altogether.
So 300 is a
Mr.
bargain.
Review of plats, what do you think?
Well, the way they phrased their starting out, how much was their preliminary? It was
2,500.
just a flat rate. They didn't
2,500.
mention anything.
It was 25.
2,500 and 350 an acre.
Yeah, I mean, it's always hard to look at somebody else's.
I can call over and talk to Brandy. She's the planning and zoning director in Indian Trail. Let me go with what you're comfortable with. And I can give you
We
a
also
number
need to
next
be-
week. Let me do a little research, but I do think that we at least, and this does not necessarily impact the budget under that it would be miscellaneous income for you, would fall under miscellaneous income.
It would come
Or
under
planning and
zoning.
zoning income.
Yeah.
But, I mean, it's not enough money to hold y'all up tonight. Let
No.
me come back with a number. Let me do a little looking and see, because I appreciate Wayne's point. I appreciate Cheryl's. I just honestly don't know.
Right, and my thing is what was talking about is the preliminary says you're looking at the entire plat, plus you gotta look at each lot where
Yeah.
everything is. You're gonna have to do that on the final as well. That's why I'm asking.
Yeah, I honestly can't answer that. I don't know.
But this would, you probably could increase your revenues Do you think it's gonna happen this year?
I think it has to happen this year.
Well,
I think
you would
based on where
think.
they're at.
I thought they said that they were gonna have the first one ready to go by the end of the fall. I thought. One open.
I don't think they're that far along.
I don't think
I
they
thought-
are either.
They were still delayed a little bit in sewer, which they finally got
Yeah,
in the last 6 months. They were already digging and being told they had sewer, now they actually have it, so.
yeah. And they did do they have connected over there, so they've got the connection and they're coming this way. But they're back, they've got to do a new lighting plan. Because the special use permit said that they had to use Acorn lights. They proposed Colonial lights. They had their geometrical plan done based on Colonial lights. And the zoning administrator went back and told them that we had to have Acorn lights. And so the ones that they will be putting in are the deluxe Acorn lights, which are more expensive. But they're the ones that will force the light down. So they're having to redo that lighting thing. Point being, I think they're running a little behind for those reasons.
Okay.
But I would like to think come first quarter of next year, and I don't mind calling Doug Alice and just asking, does he think by first quarter next year will be at a preliminary plat standpoint? Yes.
For the sake of balancing the budget, Cheryl, with a modest increase of $2,500,
Sure.
and you want to put that under miscellaneous revenue zoning permits or where?
Just under zoning permits.
Yeah, okay, right. That is 25, 30,000, that becomes 3,600.
Okay. Mhm.
$36, so it'd be new numbers, 3,600 under zoning permits. Thank you. I just wanted to bring that to y'all's attention, and I'll get you some information.
So we had the motion. Some discussion still,
Mark, Bruce seconded,
right, but we haven't voted.
correct.
So are we still gonna vote on that?
I say we just vote on it for that, and if we want to amend it, we can. After we find some more information, we'll go with that. I'll just add in there, I think on the preliminary, the reason why the final approval isn't as much per lot, because that's just looking to make sure all the research is already done. The first time they say, hey, okay, you did what you did, okay, fine. If you didn't follow what we were supposed to do, then go back, redo it, and then bring it back and we'll give you another $300.
I do see what Jim's saying, though, you still gotta look at each lot to make
Yeah,
sure
still
that
look
it
at each
changed,
lot,
whatever
yeah.
they did change.
Let's go ahead with this, but then if we find out, that there's more to it, then we'll make it, an amendment, or
Change it.
we'll change it at next meeting.
All right.
All right.
Joe made a motion, Bruce seconded it, there was some discussion. All those in favor, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries. Sure you've got the final numbers, right?
Yes, sir.
Is that correct? 103,
Should be,
149?
should be. We're now negative 103, 149.
I don't get that.
What do you
I
get?
get 102,881, because we had, we were in the hole 110,381, we added 5,000,
381.
and then we are adding 2,500, right? Did I miss some?
Did you add in the cost? Well, the 103 should be higher.
No, well, we were in the hole, so
We were in
we're
the hole, so it was
decreasing.
lower.
I got 102,481.
I have 102,881,
I'm sorry, you're right, I'm sorry.
okay.
Yeah, 881.
So
So
102,
881.
881.
So our only changes
What's our total expenditures?
$2,013,795.
Right, and what's our total revenues?
Total expenses are how much?
Total expenses are $2,013,795.
So there's where we're off somewhere. I've got 2,034,725.
We take out the, 5,000 on electrical.
Did you, Jeremy, did you type in that cell or is that one?
No, I didn't type it.
So if you click on it, that's gonna give you your, where it's coming from.
Well, if you
what
go back
cells.
to, total park and rec, what do you get?
The expense,
Yes. Right, I have that too, okay.
what do you got for total public safety?
We didn't adjust
We didn't change
anything.
anything.
Yeah, so 919.45.
You got total parking rack at 567,625.
Yes.
General government, 547,615, we didn't change it.
No, I have 526,685. What did we change there?
We didn't change
We
anything.
moved, it. We made information technology, how much?
6610,
Sidewalks is 15,000,
yeah, and communications is 750. Right.
advertising, memberships and dues, 5722,
Yes,
bank charges 32,
yes.
15,000 insurance and bonds, 2,000, 1,000, 14,896, 6,000,
Wait, oh, before that changed, didn't it? The 14, it was 14,627, but now we're changing what we're collecting for stormwater taxes, so we're losing a little bit there. So that's what happened there. That's an automatic.
You probably didn't get that, Wayne, did you?
No.
Yeah. that's-
Well, it's a formula,
Yeah,
it's all
yeah.
plugged in there, yeah. Darn.
Okay, so
Did you hate it when it's smarter than you?
We lost $270.
yeah, but we're still way off, right?
72, 478.
that would make that number what? Total
Which number?
general government.
I've been in them on both sheets as we went.
You're the same both ways, right?
Yeah.
So you're saying tax collection drops?
No, tax collection increased $269, because we gotta pay the county to collect our stormwater tax.
Okay,
So that puts that number at what?
Storm, tax collection 14,896, right?
that's what it,
That's.
so that calculated out, and that gives you your total general government of,
General government should have gone up $269.
but that's an automatically calculated number, right? Total sum.
Yeah. But, it should, but.
Jeremy, click on-
547,615.
Click on the cell 547,615.
What if we do this, you know the changes that we've suggested, you've got them manually written down.
Mhm.
If we go into closed session, and discuss
Yeah.
staff, where you go open up your original spreadsheet,
Yeah.
plug those in and
Mhm.
What's the bottom line now? Still 103, 149?
Somewhere around.
Somewhere around there, she's gonna get it straight.
Approximately.
Yeah.
Actually.
But I mean, by
I'd like
changing
to
the
know
numbers,
this,
you
this
can-
might make something quick. The number that you and Joe have is how much? We're in the red, how much?
102,881, but that was before that 269.
1,350.
That's a difference of $268, which is, that's a difference of $268 from here to there, if that helps you find out where it's at. So maybe it's in one of those, it's gotta be in an automatic number somewhere, probably.
Can you have that print or no?
I can't have a print. I
Can you send it to me?
Yeah,
That sounds good.
give me 1 second. for that. I just sent that to both of y'all's.
Okay, thank you.
At this point, we entertain a motion to go into closed session pursuant to NCGS 143-318.11.
So motion, we go to closed session.
Ken made a motion, Mark seconded it. All those in favor, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Motion carries.
I'm leaving.
All right.
Unfortunately, I forgot to turn off the meeting now. Sure, you're recording.
Yes, sir.
All right. We have exited closed session and come back into open session. Is there a motion to come back into open session?
I'll make a motion to come back and say.
Mark made a motion, Bruce seconded. All those in favor, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
And we're back in open session. While we were in closed session, the finance officer did double check our numbers that we were working with, and she has sent a fresh copy, which is on the screen now. And we'll get into any of the additional changes. In closed session, council voted unanimously to approve a 5% increase for the positions of you two ladies that are sitting here. I can't remember exactly how they're worded, but 5% on top of each of the salaries. So it's times 2 on Cherie, times 1 on Cheryl.
Oh,
Because she's got 2 salaries,
Split
I'm
her
saying. But it's 5% of the 107,
oh, okay.
however you gotta figure it out.
Okay, that's fine.
We did leave the bonuses at the $2,600 link where it was. There was no increase given to the administrative assistant position in light of the review not being completed at this time. By Joe. If you want to do that math and tell me what to punch in, I'll be glad.
Here we go. Okay, the finance officer salary will be 26,250. The clerk will be 112,350. And that should change your payroll tax.
It does that every time.
It
doesn't
should. Mhm.
Did it change it?
I think, yeah, I had 14,261, so it
Okay.
came up about 5.
And then council voted to increase their pay by $1,000 each quarter.
Oh,
I'm
okay.
kidding.
Carol was right, he winked at me before he said it.
I didn't hear it. I missed something.
Council decided to be no change in council salaries.
Oh, no
We
change.
remain.
But not the mayor.
But they doubled the mayor's salary.
They lowered mine.
Sherry almost fell off the chair.
Um, So that all coming down brings us to,
So that made general personal services 206,579.
hey, I'll make sure. 206,579, correct.
Okay,
Brings us to a bottom line of
2 cents with about $3,800.
110,257. Does
okay.
that match you?
In the red,
In the red?
With 2 cents, we're up 3,800 for the year.
Yeah, it sounds right.
And now the discussion on balancing the budget. Cheryl, from a finance officer standpoint, any recommendations you would make or discussion point you'd like to give us on that or advice?
I think you could take some out of, appropriate some fund balance. And then consider a tax increase. And you could do 1 cent of tax increase and the difference in fund balance, or try to take the whole thing out of fund balance. I don't know how much we'll have as a surplus this year.
We can play with the numbers right here, and if you want me to change that, you want me to change that to 0.17 to see what 1 cent looks like?
Sure,
Give it a shot.
And I need to change it again, or no, it all helps?
each place, yeah. And then every time you do that, it's gonna change your revenue, and it's also gonna change your expense, because your tax collection.
Yeah, that didn't change. 57,000.
Knox is 1 cent brings us to 53,705 in the red.
Okay.
Look at 1.5.
0.175.
No, 1.5.
Yeah, 0.7, you're right, you're right, 17.
I'm right again?
You're right
I
again.
love hearing. 0.175.
Jim, keep in mind he's logging it. You read that second one, 1.75, instead of 1.5.
No, you're wrong again.
Wrong again? When was I wrong before?
Well, you know. That gives us
I got my glasses
25,429 in the red, and then 1.5 cent tax.
I'm sorry, 25,000.
429.
I think that's a sweet spot right there that we should take that and then balance the rest of it with fund balance.
I agree.
Make a motion to.
So Jim, I'm gonna,
Yeah, because that's 1.5 cents, probably gonna be about $70+ average in the taxes, so yeah, I'll go along with that. But we always get money back, so
Yeah, that's about what I was thinking there. On
Yeah.
the fund balance is about what we put back into it.
I'm
So
good with that.
plain running numbers, we'll.
Gotta do it.
Do you need to raise that?
So I'll make-
$70 more?
429. Zero.
Turn my eyes to this one.
Okay, fund balance, what was that number?
25,000.
429.
Should be zero at the bottom now.
And we have balanced the budget, so I will make the motion to increase the ad valorem tax to 17.5%, excuse me, 17.5 cents per hundred
Of valuation.
of evaluation, and to balance the rest of the budget by moving 25,000.
Can we just say by balancing, by fund balance, because it could change $1 or $2.
That's right,
She
yeah.
does some things.
From fund balance.
I'll second that.
Joe's made a motion to second. Any discussion on the budget in general? All those in favor, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries. Bruce, second. Thank you, gentlemen. Thank you, ladies. It's, you look at, say, we're not a very big town, not all that much to do. Then when you really get involved and you really see the moving parts and you see behind the scenes of things that happen, it's really, I think, kind of amazing we do it and we're able to do it at the rate that we do. I think we've got challenges ahead that I'll tell you, and I'll take my time to do my council comments. I won't stop from there. Roads scare me to death. Our roads and the shape they're in and the needs for our roads scare me to death. When we talked with Cheryl this week, we asked her some questions about, we've talked before about bonds, we've talked about grants, we brought up maybe hiring a grant writer to see if somebody can find a grant for the roads. Our roads are 25 to 30 years old and we're patching holes to the tune of $100-something because you can't pay for about a mile or two for that, it seems like. So anyway, roads scare me to death, and that's where I think we've got to keep our focus on our infrastructure, but the roads just in general, from a budget perspective. I feel like we've kind of got a hold on stormwater now. We at least know what we're up against.
Yeah.
The roads, you can't see under them, you can't camera under them, but we know they're cracking and we know there's a lot of holes and a lot of damage. So, just from my perspective. Wayne, council comments? Jim?
I would say, thank you, well deserved raises. Sheree, thank you for on the service, everything. Appreciate everything that you do. So you should show as well.
Mark?
Yeah, thank you so much for what you do, and thank you for everybody for what you do. That's it.
Bruce?
I like what Jim has said as far as Cheryl and Sheree, do the best, they do great. The sad part of this whole thing is, we got a great bunch of bananas here, this council. It's just sad that the people that live here don't exactly see what we go through to give this community 110%. That's the only thing.
Cheryl, Sheree, thank you very much. If you guys' ears were burning, it was all good. There was a lot of good talk about you too, so we really appreciate what you do. Thank you, everybody. It was productive tonight. We got through a lot.
Sure.
I appreciate the raise very much. Thank you.
Sure.
Thanks. I'm just gonna be quick.
Always.
First of all, yeah, she never hushes. Thank you so much for my raise. I appreciate that. I also wanted to thank you all in person for the very nice fruit basket that I received while I was out. I had eye surgery, and so that's a challenge for me right now, but we will get through it, and we'll keep moving forward. And if I can help you, you know where I am, and we will be sending out, and Mark will be posting, getting ready to resurface the roads next week. And so actually they'll be starting on Friday. So we'll be notifying the public, and we've got I'm working on the announcement to go out.
Okay.
So then that can be posted to our Facebook and all, but that's just a FYI to you guys.
Mhm.
I will be out in June. I have council covered. I'm just out for 1 week, family vacay.
What are those dates, Sheree?
June the 6th. So it's the week of council. And in November of last year, I told my group, I'm available any week, but the second week of every month. That's the only week that my group can get together. It blows my mind because we're only talking about
1 day.
1 week. I mean, come on, peeps. But anyway, mom, you either want the time or mom, you don't. So I'm sorry,
That's
but between, I'm not sure, it may be Cheryl or Sarah that will be covering the meeting, but they will make sure that happens. Once again, thank you so much, and I appreciate y'all, and let me know what I can do for you.
Final comment, Cheryl, thank you very much. I thank each one of you guys as well for the input. Cheryl, she didn't have to beg for it. I think we got it
Yeah.
pretty timely. to her.
One number I have.
I had to get it too. It wasn't the easiest.
So I appreciate all of it. We'll entertain a motion to adjourn.
I'll make that motion.
Mark made a motion, Bruce second. All those in favor, signify by saying aye.
Jim, here's